So, Greg, are the Cardinals the best team in the NFL?
Yes, they are. Right now, currently as it stands, they are the best team in the NFL. Not only does their record suggest that, but when you look at how they've been able to play offensively and defensively, and Rick, you can squint your eyes all you want to. Don't give me the look of, oh, they barely beat the Vikings or they had to let this happen. Teams have to have close wins in order for us to call them tested and tried and true. But when you look at what they have on both sides of the ball, they got players on every level. Defensively, Chandler Jones getting after the quarterback, Isaiah Simmons at linebacker emerging. And when you got a guy like Buddha in the back end taking care of everything and erasing all mistakes or potential mistakes that you may showcase, you typically can't lose. And then offensively, I'm gonna save Kyler Murray for last because we'll continue to talk about him. But DeAndre Hopkins obviously is stud, but Chase Edmonds and James Conner in the backfield has given this team solidified running game and a dual passing and running attack. They both can catch out of the backfield. They both can run in between the tackles and outside on the edges. And Kyler Murray has just taken on this team as its own. And I love what Cliff Kingsbury has done, not only with his personnel, but even with the coaching staff, making sure that Vance Joseph is locked in on the defense. Look, you've been a head coach in this league. You run that defense. You get us where we need to be, and I'll focus on the offense. And this is why you have success and why, in my opinion, they are the best team in the National Football League. They're super balanced on offense. They can take the ball away on defense. They're top scoring defense. They do so many things well. It's hard for me to say that they're not.
I don't know why you thought that I was going to come at you, Greg. Although I will push back. I had that look, right? I will push back on the idea that close games are the proof that you need that test. It depends on how you get to that close game. If it's by your own mistakes, then I don't know that that's a demonstration of your greatness to overcome your own mistakes and creating a close game. But all that said, I'm actually with you. I think it's somewhat by default because we've had the other teams that we would expect to be there that we still might think by the end of the season could be the best team. But the question is, who is the best team right now? And it is the Arizona Cardinals, simply because they are the most balanced team in the NFL. There's only two teams right now that are in the top four in scoring offense and scoring defense, and that would be the Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. And as I look at the two schedules, the Buffalo Bills have had the second easiest schedule, I believe, in the league. And the Arizona Cardinals haven't had a world-beating schedule, but it has been tougher to this point than the Buffalo Bills. So when I put all that together, there's still some tests the Cardinals have to pass. They have built their way to this point. As noted earlier in the show, they're one win away from matching the number of wins they had all of last season. We still need to see them toward the end of the season when things get a little tougher. But that said, if we're speaking about today, right now, I simply can't make a case for another team in the league being better than the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, man, the Arizona Cardinals are the best team in football. Let me be cliche and corny and boring. Hey, you are what your record says you are, right? Let's get deeper than that. Golly, I don't even get that, and I'm going to diffuse that in a second. Here's the thing. Arizona Cardinals, thank God we do this show on the daily because, boy, is this a fluid conversation. It's not just going to be based on record. It's going to be based on performance and what we see from a team. So you see the Cardinals allowing the fewest points per game in the league. Did I say that? Cardinals allowing the fewest points per game. The Cardinals with that offense allowing the fewest. There you go. Now you're talking about that's the best team in the league because you're like, even the thing you perceive as a weakness is actually a strength for this team. And then Kyler Murray, goodness. I keep talking about how in short space he makes more micro decisions than any other quarterback. His footwork, his quickness, and the fact that he has learned to perform in the pocket. And look at his completion percentage, over 73% completion percentage, shows you that there's no weakness in his game. There's no weakness in terms of this team in totality, and there's no weakness in his game. All that said, let's not just base this on the record, guys, because this is interesting, and I'm glad I got Greg Jennings in the building. Did a little ghetto homework up here right now. Looked at the teams with the top 20 records all time in NFL history. And I was like, damn, you would think that 15 of them won the Super Bowl or the championship? No. You would think, okay, all right, 10 of them won? No. 7 out of 20 best records won it all. That means 13 didn't, including you, Greg. Yeah.
Why we got to go here?
15-1. How that look? I know there was some old dusty host on Speak for Yourself back in 2011 saying, oh, man, this is the best team in football, these Green Bay Packers. No, y'all wasn't, because y'all didn't win it all. Matter of fact, y'all lost in the divisional round. Point being, this is a fluid conversation. Let's go back to those Patriots, 16-0. Everyone said yes, until the end. The real question beyond are they the best team right now is, will they finish the deal?
Finishing the deal is all what it's all about. That's literally what it's all about. And what I love about this team are a lot of the things that you guys just mentioned. But when you look at a roster and how you configure a roster, you got to have youth. You got to have some experience. And they got it not only within their coaching staff, but when you look at the players and the personnel that they've brought together, they have youth. They have experience. So you have guys who have been there, who still want that win, who hasn't tasted it. You have some guys who've tasted it and tasted some of what success really looks like. And then you have the guys who just don't know any better. And that's kind of Kyler Murray. He just doesn't know any better. Even Cliff Kingsbury, they don't know any better. And those are sometimes the most fearful individuals, those who have no fear because what they don't know, they can't be afraid of. They just go out and be who they are. But then you have those other guys that are able to guide you and not allow you to be so sparingly missing it here, left and right, to pull and dial you in. This is why this team is so different. And I'll say this, and you said it's fluid throughout the course of the season. What makes this team so unique is the relationship between head coach and quarterback. We have not heard one time where there has been an issue between who's the alpha as far as the entirety of the team. Cliff Kingsbury, I don't care how anyone views him, that team respects him, and the quarterback is respected. And he's looked at, regardless of age, as the alpha in that locker room. And that is credit to the personnel and the way they've set that culture, basing it around Kyler Murray.
Greg, you hit it right there. That is the hammer hitting the nail. But be real, too. If your coach had a house like that, wouldn't you be nice to him all the time, too? You'd be like, hey, baby, I got to go to coach's 100%. House. Watch film. I got to watch film at coach's house. God, dog. He out there living. Arizona, do your thing. But you know what he also out there doing? You're right. The reason they respect Cliff Kingsbury is because he's actually improving in terms of his coaching as well. You look at the air raid that he came in. People were saying he didn't even deserve opportunity to be a head coach in NFL, losing record at Texas Tech. And then not only did you see him hit the ground, and he didn't hit the ground running, he hit the ground face first, 5-10-1, then 8-8. And now 7-0. And those improvements have shown itself in coaching as well. The air raid used to have no pre-snap. You just go out there and say, we're going to dictate turns because it's going to be empty backfield or one back, 4 wides. We're just going to dictate terms. Now they're doing pre-snap. They're playing around with the formations to the point where you can see now Kyler Murray can dictate turns. That's why he's playing so well and improving in his performance. Not just the win-loss column, but how they're actually going out there and handling business.